first of all, Alick and Peter, welcome to this small interview we're having, and it's very fun to getting the opportunity to talk to you guys. You are not just musicians, but you are musicians in your own country. You are the flag bearers of music, classical, jazz, in its sense.
And I was very excited to get in touch with Peter, and I performed there. I remember in his. They have got a very nice place in the countryside of Germany,
Yeah.
and there is a separate studio. There is a long lawn, and there are two buildings where there are seminar house.
Yeah.
Actually, they are practicing yoga, Indian tradition. That is quite interesting.
Yeah.
And that we Indians sometimes miss. But I have seen several thousands of Europeans who is practicing yoga nowadays.
Yeah.
So all of these things, and he's completely vegetarian.
Oh.
And no alcohol, no smoking.
Peter, what were you doing in Kolkata? I mean, like Kolkata is a hub of non-vegetarian food. How were you managing there?
Well, it was okay. No, it was no problem actually. The good thing is that in India you say the normal thing is vegetarian, and the sort of unusual thing is non-veg. So this is, I love this, tradition of loving the animals, and I think it's not good to eat animals because they are divine beings and they feel pain when they kill them. So why should we let other people kill them? There's enough food for us to taste, and I think this is quite good for your heart to feel better,
Correct.
if you don't eat animals.
Okay, so Peter, your background as a Western vocalist, a jazz violinist, pianist. How did you get into these instruments, and how did you get into music?
Well, I was born 1955 in a musical family, not far away from here, about 80 kilometers in Westphalia. And my father was playing piano, my mother the violin, and I had four sisters. I have still four sisters. They all play instruments. So I was introduced to music very early, and it was my wish to play violin, and so I started lessons. And we had every Thursday we had our musical evening with all the family and friends coming in, and so I was in love with music from a very early age. And then at the age of 20, I decided to become a professional jazz musician and composer. And since that time, I've composed about 500 songs and produced 50 CDs.
And Alec, what about you? I mean, I know your father, right? He was once in Nagpur and he was performing, and I had the lucky chance to actually meet him and talk to him. You were there, right?
Yeah.
And so, but apart from that, did you ever think that I don't want to get into classical music, or was it always that you wanted to get into classical music?
Yeah, actually, Naman, what happened? My family tradition is about Indian classical music only, and I was, not. I had not got any option other than going out for the Bollywood music or going out for the contemporary form of music, because all the day I listened my father teaching students Indian classical music, and those are going into my ears since I was aware of any kind of music. So unknowingly something happened like that, and naturally the taste of Indian classical music uh, enhanced me. But I do like every kind of music. I listen to rock music, Western music, pop, the contemporary forms of music in India as well.
Yeah.
And I really like few of the Bollywood songs and few of the singers.
And so we really understood each other from the heart, from the very start, and make music together. So it was quite easy to play music together.
Yeah, I would like to add something to this.
Yeah.
From the very first day I meet Peter, I was in his studio and we started recording a song from Peter, and where Peter asked me and my father both to join with the Indian raga melody, whichever suits his scale of music.
Correct.
So we found that the scale which Peter made was composed was totally similar to the rag Swaraswati in India.
Yeah.
So then and they started that improvisation, and I have the recording still now, and it's wonderful.
And I might introduce my lovely wife to you. My wife, Karin Devaki, we've been together for 36 years. And she helped me very much when I was ill. In April, I had corona myself. Luckily, went everything well. I've recovered 100% by now.
This has
Wonderful.
such a wonderful vibe to it. I mean,